What's up, everybody? This is Small Time with Alex Small. I am DJ Mantooth, and I am going to take it over to the voiceover booth with Alex Small and the gang. So here we go.
Hello, and welcome to Small Time. Today, we have 4 radio plays for you. Oh, by the way, this is a show we do every Friday now with 4 radio plays. I'm obviously not the best host, but it's my show, so I'm going to go along with it. Anyway, so we do this every Friday. Please tune in. Oh, we're also, I believe, on KBVR TV, so wave to people.
Bye, Mom.
Okay, so the first one we're going to do, I wrote, and it is called The Adventures of Captain Benevolent, Episode 1.
$67.
Finally, after 4 hours, we're next, good boy. Pretty soon we'll be renewed for another year.
Cool.
I know. Can you believe it? Oh, it has only been a year since we started our super adventures.
Yes.
Oh, I think she's about to call us.
68.
That's us! Come on, good boy. Away!
Welcome to the Department of Heroic Licensing. How can I help? Ah!
What's wrong, solid citizen? Are you in distress?
Get away from me! The bunnies in the back just don't hurt me.
I would never harm you. Unless, of course, it was for justice.
Aren't you Stan Desire Kowalski? Specious City's passionate mobster mastermind?
No, I am Captain Benevolent, sentinel of the innocent, fighter of the guilty, true of all things just, right, and good. And by my side is my faithful canine-themed companion, Good Boy.
Woof.
Together, we tussle with evil and make the streets of Specious City safe to all!
Doesn't benevolent mean bad?
No, it means kind and generous, having a disposition towards good. I believe you are thinking of malevolent.
Isn't that confusing?
No, when would anyone ever mistake me for an evildoer?
Right.
Anyway, I would like to renew my hero's license with Kid Sidekick Addendum.
Kid sidekick?
Yes, of course.
Isn't he too old to be a kid's sidekick?
He just turned 13. He's mature for his age.
You know I can hear you. God.
How long have you been heroically licensed?
1 year today!
Okay. What heroic acts have you done since you acquired your heroic license?
Well, there was this cat up a tree, you see, and I used my righteous strength to climb up said tree, and then I picked up my feline friend and carried her down to safety.
Did her owner want her taken down?
What?
Did somebody ask you to bring the cat down?
Well, no. And I guess she lived in the tree because she promptly returned to the top when I let her go.
Anything else, Mr. Malevolent?
Captain Benevolent, and yes, I do.
Which is?
Just the other day, in Specious City, I saw this elderly woman, and, she was about to cross at a dangerous intersection, so I...
If you cannot give me evidence of any heroic actions, I cannot renew your license.
But, sir,
Ma'am.
Ma'am? But, ma'am, I haven't been able to do any heroic acts because all the other superheroes are hogging all the crime in Specious City.
I didn't come to work today to hear your pity party. If you have a complaint, take it up with... It is I, Snake Charmer, Specious City's nefarious anthropomorphic snake who charms his victims to do his bidding, as you can see by this enthralled construction worker and his earth mover. Now, my lovely warm-blooded friends, would you be dears and place my videos in all of your packages? Then I will be able to seduce the entire human race and finally take over the world. We don't have packages at the DHL. Nice try, unskilled one, but I have done my Wikipedia research, and I know that DHL is the world's largest courier company.
You have the wrong DHL. This is the Department of Heroic Licensing.
Kowalski? Dang it, I thought we had an meant to let each other know when we are hitting up the same places. What's with that silly costume? Are all of your suits at the dry cleaners?
No, I am not Stan Desire Kowalski.
Then who are you?
I am Captain Benevolent, Sentinel of the Innocent, Fighter of the Guilty, Doer of all things just, right, and good. And by my side is my faithful canine companion, Good Boy.
Woof.
Together, we tussle with evil and make the streets of Specious City safe to all!
Still confused.
What?
Are you on my side?
No! What part of make the streets of Specious City safe to all do you not understand?
Your name is misleading.
Benevolent means good!
Really?
Yes!
It doesn't sound good.
You are thinking malevolent!
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
Anyway, your charming days are over, you venomous villain!
Actually, I'm a non-venomous anthropomorphic snake. That is why I have to resort to charming.
Don't most non-venomous snakes constrict their prey?
Yes, but I've never been one of those touchy kinds of snakes. Also, I would need to use my arms instead of my body, so they need to be strong. But frankly, who has the time to go to the gym these days?
Enough! I'll beat you out of your skin, snake charmer.
Think again. Come under my control, you muscular man, you.
Oh, no! What is happening? I am obeying his engrossing speech. Must fight, but can't.
You can't resist, Captain Benevolent. My charm is too much for your righteous ears.
Good boy, you must do something to break the trance. Oh, thank you, good boy.
Woof.
Now, to vanquish you.
You haven't seen the last of me, Captain Benevolent. Construction worker, bring your strong earth mover and let's flee.
Why aren't you going after him?
Because justice was served.
Someone's coming in again.
Oh, don't worry, my specious city compatriots. I have arrived. Specious Marvelo, Specious City's titular superhero.
Specious Marvelo, I have all of your memorabilia, even your 2003 autographed swimsuit calendar.
Ah, it's nice to meet a paying fan. Now, where is Snake Charmer? Let's see if he can charm my fists.
You just missed him. My sidekick and I fought him off.
You did? Well, thank you for your help.
Captain Benevolent.
Captain Benevolent. That's a stupid name. What's your sidekick's name?
Good boy.
Excelsior. Well, Captain Malevolent, don't you worry. I'll handle the press. You stay here.
Okay.
Time to fly. Hey, has anyone ever told you you look like Stan Desire Kowalski? Specious City's passionate mobster mastermind?
What?
Well, that's my cue. Goodbye, specious compatriot.
Thank you, Captain Benevolent. I don't know what we would have done without you.
No thanks is needed. I was just doing my job, for I am Captain Benevolent, Sentinel of the Innocent, Fighter of the Guilty, Doer of all things just right, and why are you giving me that?
Whatever.
Oh. So, does that heroic act now qualify me for a license renewal?
Yes.
Whoa!
But you will have to take the written exam.
I took that test when I first got my heroic license. I guess if it's what is right, I'll do it. I am ready. Lay before me whatever challenges I must complete.
You can't take it here.
What? Why not?
I'm not in charge of exams.
Then who is?
Cheryl.
How can I see Cheryl?
Take a number from over there and sit down.
Okay. Well, good boy, it seems we are number 95. Oh, she's about to call a number.
15.
Oh, come on! We've been here all day!
DHL are all just pieces of...
Woof.
So good.
Thank you. That was Captain Benevolent episode 1, written by me, Alex Small. I was Captain Benevolent. Tommy was Good Boy. Diana was Snake Charmer. Annie was Desk Lady. Ben was Cheryl. Kyle was Specious Marvelo.
I was the late puncher too.
Yes, the late puncher. Awesome. Okay, so our next one is going to be Me Generation. That's actually written by Ben. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it. Do it.
Linda suggested posting an ad on Craigslist. You all know how it is. Finding a decent roommate's like finding a needle in a haystack. But Craigslist, that's like finding hay in a needle stack. A stack of grimy, rusty, used needles. Needles that are crusted with fluids and disease. I'm not about to dip my hand into the cavalcade of debauchery that is the general population of Portland. Fingers crossed that I bring up an honest person. It was Spencer who spoke up and said that we should reach out to our network of friends. Thanks for the contribution, Spencer. As someone who is who's irregularly so acquiescent, your speaking up really turned some heads. But I'm afraid it also turned some noses. What we desire is a change of perspective, an outside hire, if you will. You, sir, if you would be so kind to tell us your name and what it is you're doing here.
I'm Bill. I was at KFC, and there was a flyer posted on the bulletin.
What did the flyers say, Bill?
I think he was just about to get to that.
Well, we don't know that.
Of course we don't know that, because you interrupted him.
Bill isn't like you. He's not hypersensitive to the unfiltered expression of ideas.
You don't know Bill. You don't even know his name until 2 minutes ago.
Bill, please weigh in here.
Don't badger poor Bill. You're making him uncomfortable.
Come on, Bill. I'm getting hammered over here by Cruella. Are you going to stick up for me?
Well, I don't want to
Don't coax him into taking your side. You always do that. He's our guest.
Bill is not our guest. He's an applicant to be our fourth roommate, and he needs to be assertive if he's going to live with us.
Roommate?
William!
What?
Why are you here?
I don't know.
Think hard, Bill. You were at KFC.
Uh-huh.
And you saw a flyer.
Correct.
What did that flyer say?
It was a support group.
A support group for what, Bill?
People afraid of confrontation.
Bingo! I'm sorry to say, Bill, but that flyer was a lie. All of you, how many do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 7 people. Wow, great turnout. All of you, I'm afraid, were brought here under false pretenses.
I'm really confused. I think I'd like to leave.
No, please, You know what? I can sense that my abrasive personality is starting to wear on the room a little. Spencer, would you please take over for me?
Sure, Jeff, thank you. Let's explain things from the beginning. The three of us are roommates, and our rent just increased a lot. So we now need a fourth person to help us keep a roof over our heads. Linda and I wanted to pursue a sane approach to finding a suitable roommate. You know, Craigslist, Facebook, that sort of thing. Jeff, however, went around us and left a series of false advertisements around Portland. This was in an attempt to appeal to a specific psychographic and find a person who would, in theory, be highly compatible with our personalities.
Yes, Spencer does seem to be grasping the theory of my plan, but he's not quite behind its mission. For example, you cannot be afraid of confrontation if you want to live with us. You must be assertive. Hey, you spilled my trail mix on the kitchen floor. Clean it up. And if they bite back, you bite back harder.
Then why am I here?
Speak up, Bill. I can't hear you.
If you wanted to find people who aren't afraid of confrontation, why did you post a flyer that was specifically targeted at people who are afraid of confrontation?
To be perfectly honest, I realized my tactical misstep about 5 minutes ago and have since been looking for clever ways to get Bill out of here without owning up to it. So, Bill, thank you for coming. Please leave the pen because it is ours, and take a handful of Cheetos for the road. Bye, Bill.
I'm still not getting it. I thought this was a volunteer meeting to clean up trash on Jansen Beach.
Because you saw a flyer asking for volunteers to clean up Jansen Beach, right?
Yeah.
And that flyer was strategically placed in the hopes of attracting a kind, charitable person who would be a good roommate.
I don't want to be your roommate.
Well, actually, that's fine, because I can tell from your knotted hair, condescending tone, and inability to grasp basic concepts that you were a dull-witted, bleeding heart, granola wad who would be a most unpleasant roommate.
Jeff, stop it!
Okay, that was probably a little hurtful, and I'm sorry. But please leave.
Fine, jerk.
Jeff, someone has their hand up in the back.
Yes, you, sir, in the back.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out
Hold on. Please start with your name and what brings you here tonight.
I'm Clyde. I saw a flyer recruiting people for a militia of vigilantes to patrol the streets.
Yes, that was my favorite one. How can we help you, Clyde?
It's just that there's another wrinkle in your plan.
Oh, what's that?
Well, your advertisements aren't really inclusive to people who are actually looking for an apartment. See, the thing is, I'm married with children. I'm 40, so I'm really not looking to move into a dank, smelly apartment with a bunch of 20-something-year-olds. I mean, I own a house.
That's actually a good point. Would everyone who is in actual need of a place to live please raise their hands? Nobody. Well, sorry folks for wasting your time, but I think you can all go now.
Moron.
What was that, Clyde?
I called you a moron.
Yeah, I'm the moron. Says a 40-year-old father who wants to form a team of superheroes. Well, what now?
What now is we're going to log on to Craigslist.
No.
And post an ad looking for one roommate.
No way. I'm not searching through a bunch of dirty creeps to find a roommate.
Jeff, we have, 5 friends from high school moving to Portland this month?
Oh, not this again.
We can inquire as to where they are living.
Spencer, you remember those guys? They were bullies. You were nothing but nice and friendly towards them, and time after time they treated you like garbage.
They were our friends.
Wrong. They were your friends, not mine. I hated them. How can you even consider them your friends? Would friends invite you to Savi's Island and then stand you up?
I don't remember it happening like that.
Oh, you don't? Linda does. We were the ones who had to pick you up.
Jeff, don't bring this up.
Go ahead, tell him, Linda.
Spencer, they invited you to a camping trip. You took a bus all the way up to Savi's Island, and when you got there, nobody
All right, that's enough.
So do you still want to call them up?
Enough! I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Fine. It doesn't matter anyways. We can't wait a month. We need a roommate now. God knows none of us are making any money. The freelance site is dry.
Check it again. Maybe there's some new postings.
I checked it an hour ago. All I found was a bunch of lowball offers to write some editorial blurbs.
This sucks. Why isn't there any real work?
It's winter break, so no one's in school. That means there's no rich college students paying us to write their essays.
So then let's find a roommate.
That's what we're trying to do.
Actually, that's what Jeff is trying to do. He hijacked control of this decision like he does everything.
I had to take control. No one else was being assertive and coming up with ideas.
We all had ideas. You just stepped on them and did your own thing.
Your ideas couldn't have been that important to you because you hardly fought for them.
Oh, sure. That's exactly what we want to do. Pick a fight with the infallible Joff Kaiser.
My name's Jeff, by the way. If your heart is so set on your terrible ideas, then let me know.
Jeff, if we do try to argue with you, you just escalate everything into personal attacks. We've been through it so many times that it's hardly worth the struggle to argue with you anymore.
Well, then be stronger. I don't know what to tell you.
You're such a...
Or maybe you should be more respectful towards us.
Sorry, that's not how I'm wired.
So since you're not wired that way, we should just accept being mistreated.
Or you could stop being a wimp.
And like witnessing nuclear fission, we see how any argument with you decays into you personally attacking us.
Linda, please, I don't need you standing up for me.
I'm so sorry, Spencer. Sorry for taking your side.
I don't need anyone on my side. I can handle things myself.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. Ugh.
Hello? Hello? I'm Brooks. I'm here for the taco eating contest.
Sorry, man, but there's no contest here.
It's just that I found a flyer.
We know. We're sorry, but it was a lie. We don't have any tacos. Just leave, please.
Huh. Well, I brought my own tacos, see?
Wait, really? Oh my god, there must be 100 tacos in there.
80, actually. The flyer said BYOT.
Jeff! Did you solicit random people to bring you free tacos?
That one was a long shot. I didn't think anyone would seriously show up.
Look, I don't know what's going on here, but I see 4 of us and a bunch of tacos. I don't have anything going on tonight, so let's say we all have a seat and dig in.
I mean, well, that doesn't sound like a terrible plan.
How much were they? We'll split them with you.
No, please, don't worry about it.
We don't feel right about eating your tacos.
Well, maybe if you have any beer, I'd take a couple of cold ones.
Say no more. Here, catch.
I don't mean to pry, but I'm feeling a little tension in the air.
Oh, sorry, we were having a bit of an argument.
Was it anything that mattered?
I Excuse me?
Was it anything that mattered? Did the argument really matter?
I suppose that depends on who you ask.
Sorry. I just asked because back home in California, I had friends. I don't really have any here. It's just seeing all you guys sort of reminds me of the way we were. It makes me sad.
That's too bad. So they moved away. Do you ever get to visit them?
It's kind of difficult to do. I miss them, though. Last time we saw each other, we had a pretty big fight. It was a blinking contest for who would apologize first. I really wish I would have. We argued a lot, but we also cared a lot about each other. In fact, that's why we would disagree about the stupidest things, because we all cared. The truth is, we probably wouldn't have cared about each other so much if we didn't get mad and yell sometimes. Anyone mind if I use the bathroom?
It's that door right there. It's a bit of a mess in there.
I don't mind, thanks.
Guys,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
really,
No, I'm sorry,
No,
Jeff.
Please,
Linda,
please. No, really. I'm sorry, guys. You're right. I can be pretty rude at times, and I take advantage of you, too.
Jeff, honestly, forget I said anything. It's all right.
No, it's not. You're my best friends, and I need to treat you better. I'm sorry I wasn't listening to your ideas.
It's fine. But sometimes I feel like you have these arbitrary reasons for hating certain things, and it gets really frustrating. What exactly do you have against Craigslist?
You really want to know? In high school, those kids, the people you wanted to move in with, Spencer, would take my phone number. And they'd... Never mind, it's stupid.
No, Jeff, it's okay. Go ahead.
They would post my number in the female-seeking male forum, so every couple of weeks my phone would blow up with pictures from random men who thought I was a promiscuous 19-year-old go-go dancer. That's who the ad said I was, after all. So during senior year of high school, I must have received about 300 pictures of these creepy dudes and their private parts. It was awful. I had to change my phone number. Seriously? Seriously? You're laughing?
Oh, we're sorry. We didn't mean to.
It's all right. It's fine. I guess it's a little funny looking back on it.
Sorry, everyone, but I should be getting back to my hotel.
Oh, you're leaving?
Here, take your tacos with you.
No, it's okay. You keep them.
Oh, are you sure?
Yeah, it's fine. Thanks for letting me hang out a little.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
See ya.
Wait a second. Did he say hotel?
Yeah, I think so. Why?
So he's not from here.
Yeah, he was visiting from California.
I don't think he was. The way he was talking, I think he just moved here.
So why is he living in a hotel? Oh my god.
He needs a place to live. He's gone.
Awesome, thank you. That was Me Generation, pilot episode written by Ben Lawrence. Ben was Jeff, Annie was Linda, Kyle was Spencer, Diana was Gina, Tommy was Brooks, I was Clyde, and Bill. Bill, that's his name. Okay, cool. Our next one is called. It's the first episode of one I just recently wrote. So this is just like Me Generation was the debut. This is another debut. This one is The Heartless and the Megan. You guys ready to take this one away? Yeah. Okay, go right ahead.
Dear Megan's Diary. Hi, it's me, Megan. I know, this is so cool. I always wanted to have my own diary. Anyway, after school, I was doing homework in my dad's office at the chocolate factory. I know that sounds fun, but it was really boring. There isn't much to do in my dad's office. I usually play with his paperclip magnet holder thingy, but Miss Williams assigned us a big art project that I need to get started on. The only problem was I couldn't find any scissors. Dad, I'm doing an art project for Miss Williams' class, and I need to make snowflakes with paper. Do you have scissors?
Megan, sunshine of my life. Today will be a day to remember. After founding this company 20 years ago with Mr. Billings, I am finally getting the recognition I deserve. Tonight, the Chocolate Distributors of America are hosting a dinner to celebrate all of my accomplishments. It will be a magnificent evening of well-catered food and a large sampling of our finest chocolates. Oh, if only your fraternal twin brother was here, then our whole family could celebrate. But, alas, he committed what I dare not say, when he is now far away at boarding school. How sad.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Anyway, do you have scissors in your office?
Oh, no, sweet pea. I haven't had scissors in my office since the incident.
Okay, where can I get some?
Mr. Billings might have some. His office is just down the hall, but you must know that already. You practically grew up in this factory. Oh, I remember you taking your first steps.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Mr. Billings is my dad's business partner. His family and mine, the Richmonds, have been running Richmond's Chocolate since I was born. That's like a long time. Anyway, I walked over to Mr. Billings' office, and when I got there, I noticed that his door was closed. That was weird. He usually keeps his door open. He always told me how important it was for your employees to always be able to reach you. It must have closed on accident. I wasn't sure whether to knock or not. Then, I remembered I still had a lot of work to do on my art, so I opened the door and went in. Hey, Mr. Billings, can I borrow some scissors?
Megan, what are you doing here?
Mom, why are you in Mr. Billings' office? And why is your hair messed up?
Oh, your mother was just helping me with some filing. My office has been messy.
It looks like you have some lipstick on your cheek, Mr. Billings, and on your neck, and on your desk.
It's a filing technique.
Oh, stop this charade, Monty. I told you someone would find out. Unfortunately, it had to be my youngest daughter. Oh, sweet, sweet Megan. You must not be able to look at me the same.
What does that mean?
This doesn't mean I've stopped loving your father. If anything, this has reignited the white-hot passion that is our marriage.
Gross, Mom.
Priscilla, you can't truly mean that. What about our promise to run away together once I embezzled enough money to buy our love boat?
Oh, dearest Monty, I will never stop loving my husband. He has given me what no one else before him could. A mansion and lots of money.
Oh, I can give you money too. My name might not be on the sign of this factory, but I helped make Reginald the man he is today. I may have a smaller mansion, but soon my embezzling will pay off. And I have always loved you, Priscilla.
Oh, Monty, you're such a romantic. And so devilishly handsome, too.
So, do you have any scissors?
What?
I'm doing an art project and I need scissors.
Did you ask your father?
He doesn't have any. He told me to come here.
I don't have any scissors.
Darn. Okay, bye. I couldn't believe it. Dad and Mr. Billings didn't have scissors? How could I make snowflakes without scissors? I was flustered. And then I remembered the storeroom might have scissors. You need scissors to cut chocolate, right? I don't know. Anyway, I went downstairs to the storeroom. Charles and Penelope were there. Charles is Mr. and Mrs. Billings' oldest child, and Penelope is my older sister. They were talking all serious and stuff, so I decided to look for scissors without bothering them.
If you don't give me all of your shares in the Richmond chocolates, I will release the photos.
How dare you? Those photos were private. My father would never forgive me if he found out I prefer eating Faulkner chocolate.
Penelope, 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 always one for temptation. Always thought you would go wherever the wind took you and never face the tornadoes of consequence.
But why, Charles? Why would you forsake me like this?
Do you really not remember how you turned me down when I asked you to the senior prom? How you embarrassed me in front of all my friends? I was left no choice but to go to the prom with Stacy Wabash. Stacy Wabash! Her house doesn't even have a second floor. It was degrading.
After all these years, Charles, I didn't know I hurt you so much. Why didn't you tell me sooner instead of blackmailing me now? And why do you want my shares in this company?
There's only one thing in this dark, lonely universe I want more than people thinking I'm cool. Control of this company.
Gasp! And you knew that since I'm the first in the line of succession, I would have enough shares for you to take over Richmond Chocolates? How clever and evil of you.
Now sign over your shares or else your father will know your gastatory folly.
Jiminy Christmas! There aren't any scissors here either.
Megan, how long have you been in here?
5 minutes? Like, forever.
What did you hear?
Something about a wombat and something in Spanish?
Oh, you should get going. Don't you have homework to do?
That's what I'm looking for scissors for. Gah! I'll just go back to Dad's office. Another failure. Nothing was going right for me. Just when I thought those things couldn't get any worse, I ran into Danny Billings. He's my age and he's weird. He gives me the same look Dad and Mr. Billings give Mom. I don't like it.
Good evening, Megan. I hope you're having a wonderful day.
Hi, Danny.
What brings you down to the storeroom?
Mrs. Williams assigned an art project and I need scissors.
Oh, what a coincidence, because I need you.
That's not how coincidence works.
Be my date tonight to the dinner.
Ew.
Oh, Megan, must we always play these games? You coy kitty cat, you.
Why would I want to go to the dinner with you?
I have a feeling your father is in for some devastating surprises. And what a shame it would come on a night that he's being honored. I thought you could use a shoulder to cry on, especially when there are going to be all those people in attendance.
I started to think that all the people who would be there at that dinner, and then I realized one of them would have to have scissors. I've got to go, Danny. Bye.
I hate it when she leaves, but I love watching her walk away.
I went back to Dad's office and worked on my art project. I did everything I could and saved what needed cutting for later. Everyone at that dinner that night looked so fancy. That got me excited because they probably had fancy scissors. There were a lot of people I didn't know, but I started asking around anyway. And then Dad started making a speech.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out to celebrate my many, many achievements. And thank you, Chocolate Distributors of America, for finally recognizing my brilliance. Please enjoy the free assortments of Richmond chocolate we have laid out for you all. Have a splendid night.
Oh, Reginald, what a glorious speech, my love.
Oh, this couldn't have been possible without your support through the years, my darling. What is this?
Oh, it's nothing, dear.
This is Monty's favorite pin. Why would you have his pin? He would give it to someone he loves, and Priscilla.
It's not what it looks like, Reginald.
After all these years, how could you betray me?
I still love you, Reginald. Nothing will ever change that.
I need to catch my breath.
Dad, are you okay?
Oh, sweet Penelope, you never let me down. I will be fine, sweetheart. My heart is just not as strong as it used to be.
Do you need me to bring you anything? Some water? Food?
Water would be lovely. Wait. Come closer, my child.
What is it, Father?
Gasp! Your breath! Oh, I would recognize that smell anywhere. That's Faulkner chocolate.
Oh no! My secret has finally been revealed.
Betrayal! Not only from my wife, but now from my oldest daughter. Who would have thought an auspicious occasion like this could have also brought so much pain into my life? I am broken. Nothing else could possibly make me feel any worse than I feel right now.
Hello, Father. It is I, Desmond Richmond, your son and Megan's fraternal twin brother. I returned from the boarding school you sent me to after the incident.
Scissors! Finally! Now I can complete my art project. And that's exactly what I did for the rest of the night. I stayed up until 10 on a school night. Anyway, the whole scissors fiasco was tough, but in the end, I learned something. If Mrs. Williams is going to assign you an art project, You better remember to bring your own scissors to the chocolate factory. Anyway, goodbye for now. Lots of love. Megan!
My headphones cut out.
Wonderful.
Yeah, mine
Just
kinda-
wonderful.
Oh boy.
You couldn't
I
tell.
don't know, my speakers never fell.
Awesome. So that was episode 1 of the Heartless and the Megan. Annie was Megan.
Hi.
Tommy was Reginald. Diana was Penelope and Priscilla. Kyle was Monty. Ben was Charles. I was Danny and Desmond. Awesome. We got it. Okay, cool. So our final one is going to be introduced by the writer of it, Kyle Stockdall.
Hello, everyone. We'll now be reading episode 1 of Pinot Noir, our hard-boiled detective drama. Episode 1 is titled An Excellent Pairing.
It's a dreary, grear day in Chicago, and the wind and the rain beat against the bricks of a nondescript office building. Inside, various attorneys, dentists, and massage therapists run their mundane businesses with one exception. Walk up 3 flights of stairs, each 14 steps to be greeted by a door reading PI. Inside you'll find me, Detective Ling, poring over the most puzzling and disturbed cases the city can throw at me. Today, however, I'm interviewing for a new secretary. All right, I've been looking at your resume, and it's,
Impressive, right? Court stenographer for 5 years, 4 years as an investigative journalist for the Tribune. I volunteer at an animal shelter and everything. I'm confident that I'll be a perfect fit for the detective's secretary.
I was going to say, dry.
Dry?
Correct. You like a certain, sweetness of character. You're professionally qualified, no doubt, but I'm afraid you make this office too efficient.
Too efficient? What? How is that a bad thing?
I prefer my cases well-aged. See, I didn't get into my business to solve cases, buddy. I became a grizzled detective to mull over life's great mysteries, to provide the people of the city with a purely cosmetic sense of security, to expose the dark underbelly of Chicago without disturbing it too much.
So, do you ever solve cases? Why exactly are you a famous detective then?
I think we're done here. Care to send in the next applicant? I'll call you with my decision in 1 to 12 months. Yeah. Welcome. Have a seat.
You know, I could hear that entire interview. You left the door open, and I heard you say something about not solving cases.
Great, another stickler. Why do you care so much for efficiency? The thrill of the chase ends when you catch your prey, so why try and catch them so fast, huh?
I was a city cop for 12 years. I gave Chicago my youth, my sweat, my blood. Last winter I was on a case, close to cracking a huge gambling racket with my wife and kid. Disappeared. Those crooked attorneys wouldn't prosecute anyone, and my chief told me to just let it go. As if I could ever let it go. But I thought here, outside the system, we could make real progress.
That's brutal, actually. Just, wow.
Stella! Stella, baby, I'm coming for ya! I ain't forgot about you and Jamie, you hear? Stella!
It was only 8:45 a.m., but I was quickly running out of hope for my secretary search. But then, just as my horizon looked darkest, a pleasant surprise walked through my door. She was tall, but not weirdly tall for a woman, and she looked exactly like what I was searching for, a mystery.
Hello, detective. This oddly aristocratic woman said she was looking for you.
Oh, hello, Courtney. I didn't see you there. It looks like we were eclipsed by Miss,
Hello, my name is...
By the way, detective, I just have to let you know that your office rent is past due. Again, I know you're good to your word, so just drop the check by my office whenever you get the chance, even if it's after hours. I'll be around, alone, by myself, and lonely.
I assumed you would be, since you're typically alone all the time. But back to you, our new guest. What was your name?
Yes. As I was saying, my name is Savannah, but you may call me Miss Blanc. I heard about an opening for your detective secretary position and simply could not contain my curiosity. It must be so fascinating, your line of work. A man of danger and mystery. I could not resist but to come and see if I might be a part of this fascinating lifestyle.
Wait, you're here to interview? Well, Miss Blanc, where's your resume? I don't see it poking out from behind your oversized pearl necklace. Is it tucked under your enormous fur coat? Or maybe it's hidden in that impractical floppy hat you're wearing.
Put a cork in it, Courtney. I'm doing an interview here, and I don't need to see anyone's resume. Everyone, please step out. Ms. Blanc, let's discuss your qualifications.
Did you want the door shut? No? Is that just a thing with you?
Take a seat. Now, what does an obviously wealthy woman who's turned up out of the blue like you want to do with a grizzled PI like me?
I want many things, Detective Ling. Clothes and nice cars, for example, can be found with money, but I find that different desires require different methods of acquisition. The information available to a detective without the constraints of a police force is a brilliant thing, is it not, Detective Ling?
What an oddly suspicious answer. Suspicious, yet intriguing, and sufficiently informed. You've clearly done your homework on me, Miss Blanc. I like that. When can you start?
When can I... You're hiring me? Like that? Already? This will be fascinating indeed.
And so I took Miss Blanc on as my new secretary, while tactfully avoiding the topic of how I lost my previous secretary. Word spread around the office block. People thought I was a fool for hiring a suspiciously wealthy woman from nowhere who knew a surprising amount about me.
And did you hear about the qualified people he turned away, Dr. Bronson? Fetch me a sparkling white, because this is fishy.
Ha ha ha! Oh, Dr. Peterman, I'd rather find our detective a dry red to go with his mistake.
Ha ha ha! Hey boys, it seems like Ling may have popped the cork a little early on this one, huh? Ha ha ha!
Time passed, and I ignored what my peers whispered about me. I mean, I knew what they were saying since I'm a great detective. I just chose to ignore them. Miss Blanc got adjusted to her new role as my secretary, till her routine was suddenly disrupted one day.
Hello, detective. And hi, Frenchie. There's someone here to see you, Ling. He must be very cold, since he's completely obscured by a trench coat, a long rain hat, and a puffy scarf.
Yes, send in this freezing person. We have the space heater running.
Hello, detective. I wasn't sure if this was a man standing before me or two children stacked one on top of the other, pretending to be a man under a coat. I had a feeling I would soon find out.
Oh, you didn't hear this from me, but something strange has been happening to the patrons of the Café du Pretencios. It's downtown. Someone like yourself might be useful in helping these matters and breathe a little.
And what kind of strange things happen to these patrons?
Oh well, they die. Quite a lot of them lately, yes.
And you have not called the police?
No time for authorities now, Miss Blanc. I think it's time we all put on a reasonably sized overcoat and head downtown. Let's see what trouble's been brewing over at the Café du Pretencios. Yeah.
Good job, everyone. Okay, so Kyle was the
writer.
Kyle wrote that one. That was Pinot Noir episode 1. Kyle, you gotta say the title. Episode 1.
An excellent pairing.
Thank you. Candidate 1 was Ben. Candidate 2 was Tommy. Savannah was Diana. Courtney was Annie, and I was Ling. Is that everyone?
The doctors.
Doctors. Oh.
Doctor 2.
Doctor 3.
Yeah.
I was
so,
Doctor 1, I mean.
Yeah, Tommy Doctor 1, Annie Doctor 2, Kyle Doctor 3. Awesome. Okay, so that's our show. We went through all 4 of the ones we had. Wow, I really kind of like the Pinot theme at the end.
It's so good.
Really good.
I love it.
So good. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening and or watching.
Thanks,
Hello.
guys.
We will be back next week with probably episode 2 of all of the serials you heard here. So please tune in. Nick Miller, please take over now.
All right, that was Small Time with Alex Small and the gang. Great stuff. Really fun. All written by the people in-house. So, it's a good time, A lot of really creative people in there and, just everybody having fun. All right, going to toss it over to some public service announcements now. Thank you all for tuning in. Once again, this has been Small Time with Alex Small.